What's up, y'all? It's Lauren Tix Wilson. Welcome to my channel if this is your first time, and welcome back if it's not. All right, today we about to talk about, all right, look, let's get into it. Fan mail, TLC.
Don't ever doubt you'll be someone. Always go for what you want. Get up and put your purpose on. Get up, feel the sunshine on your face. Believe that you deserve it all. Put in the work and you will end up far. This is my show and tell. So tell me, are you ready to get it on? So tell me, yeah. So tell me, are you ready? So tell me, are you ready for me? So tell me, are you ready? Tell me, are you ready?
All right, if you don't see it in the background, there it is. All right, fan mail. Let's really get into this. All right, anybody that's never heard this album, hold on to your seat. And if anybody that knows this album and this is your favorite, look, let's get into it. Let's get it in. This is your time to act a fool, because if this is your favorite girl group or if this is your favorite album, all right, look, listen. Let's just get into the archives, okay? Lisa, Left Eye, the amazing Miss Lopez. When I was little, I used to reenact the "What's my name, y'all? Crazy," because I used to convince my neighbors that I had my own TV show. Sorry, y'all, for lying to y'all. I'm so sorry, but I always knew that I was going to be a singer and have my own TV show. You know what? I was inspired. All right, look, let's get into this album. Of course, I have some TLC posters. I have some TLC dolls and vinyls, but I want to focus on the fan mail era. And this is the era with no scrubs, eras with Unpretty, Silly, oh, you know what I'm saying? No Scrubs, the album version and the remix. Now, y'all let me know which one is y'all favorite. Obviously, mine is the version with Left Eye on it. And so the first track opens up with Fan Mail. Just like you, I get lonely. The harmonies is amazing. This is the No Scrubs single. I'm going to get into that in a second. But I also have a couple of versions of this album. I'm going to get one more because these are both the limited edition versions. Well, this one is the probably the first pressing. This is the limited edition. First pressing meaning the very first time it was pressed physically and sold. Limited edition meaning this is the edition that was like very limited. And then you have your standard edition, of course. I had the standard edition in the household that we were in. Now, some of my cousins and some of my other siblings may have had the limited edition. I know my godparents had the limited edition. And I know my friend's dad had the either had this one or the first pressings. Now, the differences is, and why that matters, is the first pressings and the limited edition, they both have the whispering play it interlude with Rick James playing in the background. And then I'm Good at Being Bad has the homage to Donna Summer's I Love to Love You Baby. In the standard repress version, it does not have the Donna Summer sample. It's not a sample. It doesn't have t-boz singing that. And then they add extra parts to compensate for what they had to take out. Because these versions, I'm Good at Being Bad kind of ends earlier. And then the Whispering Player interlude, it has a TLC track instead of the Rick James track. That's the standard edition. But that's why I went on a goose hunt for these. And I really thought I had the two different versions until I played them. And I was like, oh, I still got the same versions. Now, this one is the limited edition is because it has the 3D cover. Like it's holographic and it moves. Even though the track listing and the everything is exactly the same from the Rick James sample to the Donna Summer sample. You can find it on the original pressing, the first pressing, and the limited edition with the 3D image. Now, the standard TLC album may just have, you know, the interlude again with that unreleased TLC song. You are something special. I don't know what the name of that song is, but that's how it goes. What else is out? I want to point out every little gem and candy off of this album because I want y'all to really get into it. I'm saying all of this because it's hard to find all of these different versions on streaming platforms. And even if they did put them on streaming platforms, it's nothing like having a 3D holographic image. You know what I'm saying? That comes with the slipcover, and only TLC could have done that, and they did it first. So anybody coming after, I might do that. Just know that I got that from TLC. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like the Matrix. The image is moving. I don't know if you can see it like that. Look, you see that image? See? Boop, 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 boop. That's really dope for them to come up with that. Shout out to Lisa Left Eye Lopez, because a lot of this was her conceptual idea. And she wanted the group to kind of be intergalactic in the first place coming out. But it made sense for their evolution to go the way it went and them getting to this point because, whoa. When they did that pay-per-view concert in 2000, my uncle rigged us a cable box so we can always have free cable. So we had free cable in the early 2000s. Man, my mom had free cable in the 90s too. Let me tell you something, we didn't miss anything. When that concert came on, that's why I was doing the what's my name, y'all? Man, listen, look, Fan Mail starts off with the title track, of course, and it goes straight into the Vicky interpretation, which I feel like was supposed to be the placement of Left Eye because of the controversy surrounding this album being made because of the record labels and money and what contracts say, and probably masters and all that kind of stuff, music business. So it probably would have been Left Eye had business been handled fairly and Left Eye's right and all three of the girls right, but that's their business, but we've heard the story so many times, but we got so much great music that came with it. You know what I mean? So I feel like us having Vicky, it was still just as iconic. I think the album will be different if we didn't have Vicky. She was kind of perfect. So hopefully I'm not wrong about the concept of Vicky and how she came to play, because she could have already been a character that they all decided that they wanted. But we got her. Vicky, I love when she shows up on the album, and I love when she shows up on tour during the Fan Mail concert. If you haven't seen the Fan Mail concert, check it out. It's probably on YouTube. I have the VHS. It's like, I love watching it on the VHS. It's so cool. And we have pay-per-view. Hey, so Silly O, I don't want to say the word because I don't want to get restricted on no platforms. That's probably one of my favorite songs off this album because of the beat. It just makes you want to dance. It makes you want to learn the choreography they did. And the lyrics are very empowering. Do not be distracted by the song title. I ain't never been no silly O, waiting for your calls like the other guys would do. Listen to the words. So, Silly O, you know you can't get with this. One night, you just what? Find it to give it. Y'all know. So yeah, Silly O, that is definitely a jam. Whispering Player, we talked about that Whispering Player interlude. She was something special. But this has the Rick James version on there. And it's a perfect segue right into No Scrubs, the single, which was the first single that came out off of this album, which we were already anticipating this album through everything that was happening in between. Well, people that were actually of age and could remember. I'm going by what documentaries and stuff, because I don't remember it verbatim. But all the documentaries that I saw reflect this being the first single, and we all know what happened in between and why their fans was anticipating this album, So once we got it, I remember, honestly, everybody having it. Everybody had it. There was not a household that I went to that didn't have said album. You know what I mean? Big, right? So I bought the No Scrubs single because I love listening to remixes and different versions. So but I got the single myself because I didn't have the Left Eye version. It's always hard to find, and I didn't like listening to it on YouTube all the time, or if they decide to put it on the streaming platforms, at first it was hard to find, but it's nothing like having it. And then you have the vinyl too with different versions. Of course, that one is just the single. This one is the single plus the album version, the rap version, the instrumental, the album version with another instrumental. Well, I take that back, because the other album version and the instrumental is not No Scrubs, it's Silly O. So Not only did we get this as a single when they first came out, but the B-side was Silly. Oh, that's so epic. Epic, man. They have the album version and the instrumental on here. I've definitely spun this bad boy. Oh, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. It's a vibe, baby, baby. I'm telling y'all got to get into it. Listen, look at the back cover. This is when back covers mattered. This is when concepts and not just looking good, but actually doing a great body of work. You know, even if you can't write it, find somebody that will, and hopefully they mesh with how y'all go and y'all can come up with something great. So the next track off of that album is I'm Good at Being Bad. I don't have that single. I probably will one day because I really love the cover art. And that's probably one of my favorite songs off the album. Definitely one of my favorite songs off the album, I'm Good at Being Bad, because it shows you the evolution of TLC. It shows you that they're not just these girls that's like pulling hijinks no more, or they already got past finding their sensuality. Now they're coming full circle in a way. So it was like, there's so many different sides of me and I can be in control of myself. You just let me know what you need and I can give it to you, but can you handle what I'm giving to you? You know what I mean? Because a lot of people may not know you're not just this one-dimensional person. I just really like the lyrics to it. You know what I mean? And then the attitude and you know what I mean? It's so like edgy for them. Like, I like singing it, but I change up the lyrics a lot so I can make it fit me, but I'll be saying some cuss words that I can't say on here. Anyway, yeah. Anyhow, the next track is I Don't Know What He Would Do If He, yeah. Man, I just imagine the concert playing in my head when that song comes on, and I just want to wear... hey, speaking of concerts, I was at a TLC concert. It's not on Netflix no more, but when they put it back on Netflix, or if you ever see it, I am in the front row wearing this brown leather jacket that used to belong to my grandfather. And I did meet t-boz before. She signed this lovely book, A Sick Life, and it was a moment that I just couldn't believe I was in. Like, I just remember walking up and just kind of like losing my breath and kind of like my mouth dropped, like, oh my gosh. And then she was absolutely gorgeous. She looked like a gold nugget. She was just glowing and gorgeous. She is glowing and gorgeous. My God, thank you, t-boz, for that moment and allowing me to be a little crazy, because I didn't know that you could not bring your own CDs and ask them to sign them, because I did ask, but it didn't happen. It's okay though. I got the book signed and I got the book. A Sick Life. This is t-boz's second book. She has another book called Thoughts. That's where Unpretty came from, by the way. I love that segment from the tour where she explains that, because it's like so nostalgic, so original. Some really cool pictures of Miss t-boz. Yeah, all right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love when she sings If I Was Your Girlfriend from the Crazy Sexy Cool album. Yeah, I did I like the Prince version, of course, obviously. Nothing's topping the Prince version. But I love both versions, you know what I mean? And I remember taking vocal lessons with New York City Vocal Charm School. Shout out to you. And we did that song. And I referenced TLC and Prince's and merged it together so I can come up with a way where I could find my voice in that. So now when I hear both versions, I just be singing along to it, because I feel like I finally found my medium, because at first I'd only listened to the TLC version. So yeah, getting back to this lovely body of work, Fan Mail, If They Knew, after If They Knew, track 8, I Miss You So Much. What a lovely song. Chili said something about she didn't like one of these songs, but there was not a song I did not like on here. I'm sure all the fans will listen, like every song fit. And even when I think my sister was like, yeah, like that song does kind of like make the album take a dip. She said it to me like recently, and I was like, what? It was the perfect like cool down to get you ready for the next song. Like it wasn't giving album filler, if you will. Now there is some albums that have ballads on it or slow songs on it it's definitely an album filler, probably because the song wasn't written by them and it wasn't for them in the first place and they just recorded it. It could be any multitude of anything, you know what I mean? Or it could be a dated song, but nevertheless, it was enough to be on an album and fit. So, and the album was successful. So that's all that matters. And you have a complete album with a gorgeous song to appreciate anyway. But this one was not giving album filler. I Miss You So Much. I love that song by Chili, and I love the bridge. And oh, how I hate that you have gone. Love it. So, I Miss You So Much. After that song is I'm Pretty. Perfect, right? I'm Pretty. Perfect segue. So if you listen to those two tracks and watch and listen to I'm Pretty come in, perfect. I'm Pretty. Going back to that song, t-boz wrote that song. It started out as a poem in her book Thoughts, and she wrote it about a lot of different things. She recently said she wrote it about how, you know, guys could kind of make you feel unpretty, like you had to walk with your head down and stuff like that. So it was one of those uplifting songs that she wrote as a poem and became a song to uplift. And I love the video. There's 2 versions of it. I love the extended version, which is hard to find, and it has a little clip of I'm Good at Being Bad in it. So check out the extended version if you could find it. Can y'all just upload the video? I don't know. I know copyrights and all this stuff, but come on. Can we just enjoy it? If somebody knows where we have a high definition link to that, can you put it in the comments? Also comment your favorite TLC song and album and your vivid memory of what it was like when this album dropped for you, like if you're actually old enough to remember. So, I'm Pretty. You Have My Life, which is an amazing track. I love that, even though we all know the controversies surrounding the album, but you still had the chance to hear all 3 of them ping pong off of each other in different tracks. So to hear, once again, that funk singing from t-boz, straight R&B from Chile, and rap, straight rap from Lisa, it still was just as fresh. And by this time, we were technically in 2000. 99, of course, that's when it came out, but you know what I mean? You know how early 92 was and what music sounded like? You know, we can talk about that in a different video, but like sonically, So, you have Shout, again, another prime example, an amazing example of all 3 of them coming together. Like their original, like they have chemistry that's original, which is very hard to replicate. That's what it is. So you have Come On Down, which is another one of those ballads. That really didn't remind me of album filler either. So I'm trying to remember what song Chili was talking about. But this one, I love the lyrical content, especially it's just pretty, you know, like dive into my ocean. You know, it talks about like, you know what I mean? Like it's really smooth. It's really smooth. And then you got Dear Lie. I love Dear Lie, and I'm still irritated with the fact that y'all only released the video in the UK mainly. I don't remember seeing that video. None of us remember seeing that video on BET in the US. It just wasn't fair. It wasn't fair, but maybe it's because they actually appreciate music better over there. I don't know what it was, what the business was, but can we just get it both? Like, I know sometimes it's like if it doesn't do well over somewhere, they won't do it, but man, I just feel like we missed out. I'm glad it's on YouTube though. Glad it's on YouTube. They all looked amazing, they looked freaking gorgeous, especially Lisa with her eccentric style, and Chili and t-boz. Like, t-boz looks so regal as well as Chili in this era because you got them at their softest. We all thought we was gonna get that, or you may all pick crazy, like Sexy Cool as their softest, but I feel like, especially because of how feminine the fashion got around this time, Dear Lie, like the way Chili looked, the way her hairs looked, the fashion, Lisa, and then you got t-boz with the dark lip and like the dark shirt. She just looks so tough, you know what I mean? And like the platform shoes, the fashion, just loved it. They look great. They look great. Yeah. Dear Lie. You have an interlude with Communication. They sounded so futuristic on this album. That's what I really love. It just really sounds like you're inside of a computer. You know what I'm saying? And I know you guys are all wondering, am I going to show the poster? Of course I am. Of course I'm going to show the poster. This is why I tell all you guys on my TikTok live, leave your emails in my inbox so I can keep up with you and put your names in here. You know what I mean? Like, let's take it back TLC style. You know, I'm doing it because they did it, so I'm not even going to front. But like, I want to make anybody that, you know, impacts or like loves my music, I want them to feel like they're really a part of this, because you guys are. You know, it's really like about you guys. It's about expressing what you really feel and like being original, you know what I mean? And also being inspired by your favorite, but also, you know what I mean? But it's also like how y'all feel when you hear it, and making y'all feel included, being inclusive. So yes, so many great songs on this album. Lovesick, Automatic, and Don't Pull Out On Me Yet are the last 3 tracks on this album. Lovesick, I love the way that song starts off. And the Deborah Killing, shout out to you. You're amazing on any TLC song or any song you've ever sung backgrounds or ad-libs on. You are appreciated, as well as Trina Bowser, all these singers that has been on soundtracks and have their own albums, all the underdogs. Thank you so much. Boop, boop, boop. When you read the album liners and you see like people that did the ad-libs or who wrote the song or who did backgrounds, you really just appreciate them for being able to just interpret music, because maybe as a producer, you know, coach them on this is how it goes. But you also wonder, like, they're also a part of your soundtrack, you know, like the soundtrack to your life when you're listening to all these songs. You know what I mean? So all those voices are appreciated. You know what I mean? Like the Cherie Patrices and stuff like that. I love you so much. This is an amazing poster. This is what I mean. So send me your emails, because I want to make it special for y'all. But yes, shout out to you. I was saying shout out to Deborah Killings because I'm trying to figure out how it goes, like at the beginning of Automatic. That one. I don't know what you were going through when you came up with that, or if Dallas Austin told you to do that, but that was the perfect like little ad-libs to start off that song. Like, that's my favorite part of the song. And at the end of the song, y'all repeat it. So listen to Automatic. That is super cool. And I love t-boz's lead on that song. I think they use that as an opening song for their movie, the TLC movie. Lovesick, I love the telephone sounds. Can't get enough of it. And then Don't Pull Out On Me Yet, written by Babyface. See, I'm just going off by the top of my head, but as I remember, that's a Babyface song, and it sounds like a Babyface song. Babyface, you're amazing. And I would just love to just be in your company respectfully, and just, I wouldn't even talk. I would just sit there and listen and just take notes. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna go home and, you know, go take a shower, go to sleep. Thank you. You know. All right. Fan mail, get into it. If you don't have it, go get it. Like I said, there's nothing like actually buying that record and having the convenience of streaming it at the same time too, because you may get some goodies in it. Some goodies. One day, I'd love to do this for whoever enjoys my music as I put it out, as I put out more music. Thank y'all for y'all support. I'll see y'all in the next video. Check out my new music video, Open Up Your Heart, which is on my channel right now. YouTube, I own that song. I own it. Please release the copyright strike. But I'll see y'all in the next video. I will put that, I will link that so you guys can have easy access to it. And check out my Michael Jackson video, Thriller. Yeah, peace.